Midrift, in partnership with Dignity, has been implementing an intersectoral urban violence prevention program in Nakuru County, and specifically in Nakuru and Naivasha since 2015. The focus of the program has been to create coalitions of intersectoral leaders as agents of change, while also working on creating citizen agency for change.
In peace and security, which is at the bulk of our projects, we have a program called Inter-Sectoral Urban Violence Prevention. And in Inter-Sectoral Urban Violence Prevention, we are trying to create coalitions of leaders who make sure that we are peaceful at the society.
The implementation of a pilot 3-year PBLD program has been one of the main support mechanisms to enable leaders to work more effectively together on preventing urban violence.
So that's going to be about, you'll have an hour for that. That'll take us to about quarter.
The IUVP program is centered on Sustainable Development Goal 11, inclusive, safe and resilient cities. Sustainable Development Goal number 16, peaceful societies, access to justice, effective, accountable and inclusive institutions and reduction of violence. And Sustainable Development Goal number 5 on gender equality, empowerment of women and girls.
Place-based leadership program is a program that is embedded on the Inter-Sectoral Urban Violence Prevention Program. Because Inter-Sectoral Urban Violence Prevention Program, we look at intersectoral leaders as agents of change, and also as people who look at agency in terms of addressing the reduction of violence. And in that context, we saw it fit that we embed place-based leadership program for urban violence prevention.
The Facility Development Program was designed to equip these leaders with the skills and knowledge of the place-based leadership development so that they can scale up and replicate this information to more leaders across sectors and across places beyond the facilitation by Dr. Rob Worrell.
Place-based leadership development is an overall term for activities that aim to support the development of collective leadership capabilities within a given locality.
I want to say that since I enrolled on this PBLD program, it has been of great help to me, because here I have had a lot of personal growth in terms of how I am supposed to be at the community, in my life, and even how I'm supposed to balance my life better.
The big outcome for this training that I have just concluded is that in the near future, which I have already started, is that I expect in my organization we shall be able to competitively engage with our donors, with our communities, and we expect the information or the training that we have obtained will translate to a better managed organization, communities that will be able to benefit from the knowledge that I have received, and also our partners will see this change because we are going to come up with clear policies.
The evidence-based PBLD framework helps local leaders to build their individual, leader and collective leadership capability to work more effectively together at the sectoral, intersectoral and wider territorial levels.
Place-based leadership development program helped me to link what I do and the cause. For the facilitator development program was quite a good experience. One, I got to interact with people from different sectors, like we had people from the security, the police, people from the prisons, who we were interacting with. And I realized that For me to succeed as a facilitator, I needed to understand myself first.
All the workshops I've been attending, it has been wow. That's really assisted me. I can say I'm now a different person, and I'm now able to help those children who are having the physical abuse, sexual abuse, drug abuse, name them, they are all named. And also, when you are talking about that to be incorporated in the syllabus, the children should know their rights. If the child knows this is my right, then that child will not be defiled in any case. That child cannot be abused in any way. So we are instilling the children now to know their rights. Know your right. What is your right? Right from home, school, and everywhere. So I'm a different person. I'm able to instill those knowledge in the children. I'm able to deal with the teachers, handle them very well, and more so being confident. Confidentiality.
So we're kind of replicating that a bit today by getting facilitators from the Kuru and facilitators from Navasha to work together. So I thought that would be helpful background.
Research-based evidence suggests that the merging of PBLD and IUVP has the potential to create significant positive impact in enabling trust building, a stronger sense of common purpose, and collective empowerment between intersectoral leaders. The sectors and agencies mobilized for and involved in IUVP are civil society organizations, including faith-based organizations, the criminal justice sector, including law enforcement, the police, the prison service and rehabilitation, probation service, community policing committees, the county government, executive and legislative, education, Ministry of Health, the private sector, and the media.
I joined the Midrift, especially through the program of Facilitator Development Program. There's the issue we learned about creating safe space, and one that has really helped me in continuing with helping with the training of officers back at my station, because when creating a safe space, I'm able to build trust, and once I am able to build trust between me as a facilitator and participants, my fellow prison officers, it is really easy to get positive criticism on areas where I need to improve on further training.
PBLD is designed to enable leaders to grapple with real-world issues while developing themselves as individuals at an interpersonal level, and also improve the way they work with others at an interpersonal level.
Okay.
It's okay.
PBLD acknowledges that an individual is shaped by personal experiences, and this determines how one sees the world.
Before I got into PBLD, I'd say that I was a very shy person. I was very nervous, especially when it came to public speaking. I would prefer the background activities such as research, preparing PowerPoint presentations, and making really fine notes, but put me in front of a forum to speak, everything just goes blah. But thanks to PBLD, I think I've grown that. I feel like 5 modules down the line, I've turned into a different person. PBLD has taught me to be more confident in myself, more confident in my work. It has also taught me how to change my mindset, to shift my mindset, in that I don't only need to stay, like hide behind the scenes. I can actually come out of the comfort zone and share my knowledge with others.
The modules are always set within the context of the evolving and dynamic picture of the challenges faced by the local leaders in enabling dialogue and facilitating activities geared towards addressing issues linked to urban violence.
Nakuru being one of the hotspots of violence, especially issues of gender-based violence, if you look at the statistics, Nakuru is quite bad in terms of issues of violence.
5 modules was pegged on developing these leaders as place-based leadership development facilitators, and this development program was run by a consultant from Ireland, Dr. Rob Worrell, who has done a lot of extensive research, and his PhD is based on place-based leadership development. So there was a felt need that beyond bringing a consultant to run place-based leadership development, there was a felt need that we need to have these leaders across place working and having contextual understanding of Naivasha, Nakuru and Kenya, to be specific, to run these modules to more other people in terms of understanding their place in addressing issues of violence, and of course working around violence prevention.
My greatest highlight in the program is basically when we are doing practicals in terms of facilitating and the methodology of facilitating, whereby you get to present with your peers, you get a critique, to be critiqued by your peers, you actually grow as an individual. So for me, the highlight was that we are able to get an opportunity to do a simulation on how I can able to facilitate using the PBLD model. So I think for me, that was the highlight, in that we are able to present what we have, we are able to get feedback from our colleagues, and for me that was very enriching, in that I was able to practice, and I know that going forward it will be very easy for me to be able to deliver on this. So for me that was my highlight.
One of the things that we saw out of this training, we were able to engage at almost the same level with the partners that we have in the county gender technical working group, because this training helped us to see the opportunities that we have within the county of the multi-sectoral approach to urban violence or to gender-based violence, because that is, of course, my focus. Even when we talk about urban violence, I'm looking at gender-based violence, I'm looking at domestic violence, I'm looking at defilements for children. That is my area of concentration. And from this training, we saw the opportunities that we had as a team, and it enhanced our ability to work together, to engage together. For me to be able to understand how a police officer works, and it helped us stop the brain games. Yeah. For example, because I was able to understand how a police officer works is not how a social worker works. Everyone in their line of duty, they have different ways of doing things.
Though I'm disciplining in a way, I'm opening a way, a room for them. So they know when we go to the deputy head teacher's office, she will listen to us. So listening skill is the one I've really added a lot of value in me. I'm able to listen to those children, I'm able to advise, I'm able to guide them and counsel them. So at least I'm somebody much different from how I used to be.
Violence is a very, very complex phenomenon. No one sector can address it, and therefore the need for all sectors to come together and create collaboration, create coordination platforms, and therefore have the ability to also be leaders who can address change. Because without getting that leadership quality, sometimes it's hard even to work within your own sector and also to work with others.